Hey, thank you for coming back. This is a part two. I just had to stop the video to take care, actually put my hands on the dogs to just make sure that he was for real. He was for real, but he's too little. So he had to he was just using weight to get him more angry. So I really had to physically get there, get on it. But everybody's okay. This is part two of the conversation I was having. So no worries, everybody's okay. Look at this. But we don't edit that type of things. It's just the nature of the dogs, okay. But like I said, I guess I could have put that on the side without stopping it, but I don't know. I just stopped it. But here we go. We still go. He's just a little tired after the fun time. But once again, I say he's probably have to. We'll have to be. We have to create these dogs eventually with that dog. But create and rotate is the thing. But it really does it really with this guy particularly only with that one because that's a Chico Lopez dog, and in the hierarchy he's the lowest in the hierarchy here on my pack. So perhaps he sees him and say, "Hey, I just got to, in order for me to advance in the pack, I have to take you down as in your pack." So, but right now he's like, "No, no, not yet, not yet. I'm still big and I can control you physically." So that's really what happened there. But anyway, let's continue on. That was a sidetrack, I guess. It's a fun video, right? So we were talking about dogs with names kind of like that people may feel insulting. Like a dog with a dog with a nigger in the name, and I found out, not, you know, it's kind of like if we were mad that dogs had the name of Pancho or Tito or Wetback, you know, in our dogs' names or in somebody else's name. It's like, hey, that's racial, man. No, I mean, really? But yeah, so really, we have to think about how you think that. And now this is a segue to my other topic, which is something what I believe about the Hollingsworth and the Black Dog statement. That Hollingsworth is infamous by a statement he made about black dogs. And let me clarify: these dogs, any dog that has a black fur, it's not black. If they're not black, they just have black hair. I have black hair. Many people have black hair, but they're not black people. They're not black. So it's just anything that's black. Like if you have like a black T-shirt versus a white shirt type of thing. Come on, again, that's racial, man. That's racist, man. Like you make everything racist. That this dog, I know he's a seal dog, but if he was black, like what we call black dog, that still will not be a black dog because when you shave it, it's white. You shave this, it's probably the same, almost the same tan color. There's different shades of the same color. You shave all of them, same thing. What? Now that I think about it, what actually made me change my attitude about races and skin colors. It was an episode of Star Trek. It was an episode of Star Trek where there was two races that were killing each other in the planet. One, I didn't notice until the end. Because the guy's like, why are you guys killing each other? This is at the end of the episode. Why? Don't you see how different they are? Don't you see? And like, wow, we don't see. You guys are basically the same. No, how could you not see that? He has to, because they were black and white. One side is black and one side is white. Don't you see his black side is on the left and ours is on the right side? Don't you see how different we are? That's when something inside of me snapped and said, wow, that's how silly we are, human beings. We have the same color. We are the same race. but we all the shades of color, the same color, shades, some darker, some lighter. If I go on the sun, I'm gonna get darker. If I stay if I live in the indoors, I get lighter. But does it make me a different person? No, same thing. So I think that with going into the topic of Mr. Hollingsworth and this black dog statement, I think that what he meant, again, I'm assuming he meant it as a breeder. So when he's talking about this black versus red dogs or buckskin dogs, mostly red dogs, he's talking about the family of dogs or the groups of dogs and that he was breeding into. And at that particular time, there will be different type of puppies coming out. And he was saying that within the family of dogs that he was breeding, the black dogs were not the best dogs. And again, within the same family of dogs he was breeding into, which was basically the Border Tombstone. The black dogs aren't the desirable color for this type of family of dogs. But obviously for all other family of dogs, this color, like red nose or red with a black nose, isn't the desirable trait or phenotype for that particular family of dogs. So to me, that is what Mr. Holland was saying. All right? And so I really don't think that it meant to do with particularly with people in that particular statement, in that particular, I know there's other statement that perhaps he said, but we have to look at the entire content of when he was saying, what was before and after he said it. Don't just extract a couple of words and say this is what he said. But I'm not defending the guy because I don't know the guy never knew the guy, but I do have I guess a residual product of his work here. So I do have a say about it. I do try to understand as much as possible about him as a breeder, and as a person not so much, because it's just not what I'm in it for with him. I'm more interested about him as a breeder, his thoughts about the dogs and whatnot, because that may improve me as a person. All right. So and one last thing before I end this. I guess it's going to be 2 videos. This is the second video. That you have to remember that in this life, even if you're not doing anything wrong, you're just talking too much, may get you in trouble. Even if you're not doing anything wrong. So just be just keep to yourself and just have an attitude of, I'll let you know when you need to know. Don't just, I know sometimes we're so proud of our animals and you just kind of want to tell about them, talk about them. But sometimes, that may get you in trouble, even though you're just doing it innocently and just being as a proud owner, proud producer of these dogs. Anyway, this is Tony Montana. Till next time.